In this video, I'll show you how to use events inside Central Outbound to automatically enroll contacts into a sequence based on actions they take on your website or app. Instead of manually adding people to a sequence, Central does it for you the moment a contact does something specific, like signing up, making a purchase, submitting a form, or upgrading their plan. Let's walk through how to set it up. Before we get into the setup, let me explain what an event actually is. An event is any action that a contact performs on your website, app, or product. For example, someone clicks a button, signs up for a free trial, submits a contact form, or completes a purchase. So when something like this happens, your website sends that information to Central. Central then stores it and matches it to a contact in your CRM, and then can automatically trigger a sequence. So the right email, SMS, or follow-up goes out exactly at the right time without you lifting a finger. So first things first, head to Central Outbound and then click on Events. This is where you'll manage everything like your API keys and your event list. The first thing that you need to do is create an API key. This is what connects your website to your Central account. So when someone takes action on your site, Central knows exactly which workspace to send that data to. So to create an API key, we click on Create API Key and we give it a name. Something descriptive like production, website tracking, or staging. Then we click Create. Once it's created, copy the full key immediately and save it somewhere secure. Only the key prefix will be shown after this point, so you won't be able to retrieve the full key again. One important thing worth noting is if you have a test version of your website as well as a live one, make sure you have a separate key for each one. That way your test data doesn't mix in with your real CRM data. Okay, now this is where your API comes in. I've linked a help doc below in the description. And in this help doc, you can find all the code snippets that you need. I'm going to quickly show you. Okay, so this is the help doc, how to send events from your platform. And a lot of instructions come in here, pretty much what I'm explaining in this video. So when you open up this help doc, as you can see in the JavaScript code, you'll find a placeholder that says TK your API key. So this is where you'll paste the key that you just created, and this is what connects your website to Central. Now there are two ways to add tracking code to your website. We have the first option here, which is the JavaScript SDK, which is the most recommended option for most websites. And then we have the HTTP request, which is better suited for backend systems or third-party tools like Pipedrive. So as you can see, the full code snippets are all here in the help doc and they're ready to be copied into your code base. So once your tracking code is in place, the next step is to test that everything is working correctly, and you can do that directly inside Central. So click on All Events so we can send an event. So first we fill out the event name. This is what you want to call the action. For example, sign up completed, purchase completed, or form submitted. I'm going to do sign up completed. Keep it descriptive so it's easy to identify later. Second, the event data. This is information about the contact who triggered the event. For example, name, email, plan, or wherever they came from. And you can do this one of two ways. Simple is the easier option. You just fill in the attribute and the value, like filling out a form. So you could put attribute email, value test@example.com, or an attribute you could put plan and then value pro. This is just information describing the event and the contact. Then we have JSON, which instead of filling in fields one by one, you just write it all in one block. This is just for those who prefer working directly in codes. Once you hit send, Central will process the event and match it to an existing contact in your CRM, or create a new one if a contact doesn't exist yet. And you can verify everything is working before you go live. Now this is where it all comes together. So head over to campaigns and sequences, create a new sequence from scratch. Give it a name, signups for example. Inside the sequence builder, click on New Trigger and select User Event. From this dropdown, you'll see the event that you just created, sign up completed, so select that one. So now every time someone triggers this event on your website, Central will automatically enroll them into this sequence, no manual work needed. You can also filter recipients further by toggling here and adding conditions based on the properties you're sending through. For example, only enroll users on the Pro plan or only users from a specific country. Once you've saved your trigger, you can then add step to sequence and build the rest of your campaign as usual. You can add automated email, SMS message, Telegram, WhatsApp, whatever you need. To help you further, I've mentioned some common automations you can build with this in the description below, so make sure to check those out. And lastly, if you want to take this even further, you can also use events to create segments, which gives you even more ways to organize your contacts and your trigger automations. I'll be covering that in a separate video, so stay tuned for that. And that's how events work inside Central. To recap, you create an API key to connect your website to Central, add the tracking code, test the event using send event, and then use that event as a trigger in a sequence. From that point, Central handles everything automatically. The right message goes out to the right person the moment they take action. If you have any questions, drop them in the comments below, and I'll see you in the next one.